We're halfway through the summer, but the games are just beginning. With seeds of doubt being planted all over the Big Brother house, who will reap what they sow? We'll soon find out. Plus, from Big Brother Over the Top, Scott Dennis is here. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Big Brother After Show.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
You guys will know what this is.
This is for somebody.
It's for someone. Good evening. I'm Bryce McLeay. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Big Brother After Show. What? Oh, all devices need to be muted. We're having some technical difficulties, I think. Good evening, I'm Bryce McLeay, and welcome to the AfterBuzz TV's Big Brother After Show. We have a lot to talk about, but first, let me introduce you to my alliance members, starting with Morgan Willett.
Hello. What's our alliance name?
I don't know. We're gonna have
Big
to come
Girls
up with
Don't Cry.
That's pretty accurate
There
for me.
you go, guys. Well, I'm so excited to talk about the episode. We have so much to talk about, and we've got a special guest who I'm real pumped about.
Yeah. And we have Jessica.
What's up,
dramatic.
Jessica Williams? Yeah, tonight's episode was freaking amazing. Yeah, we rewound it like 85 times, and we were like, oh! So yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, and I'm Charles Conoly, and my wig is snatched, y'all.
That's all he has to say.
And soon we are going to be Skyping with a former Big Brother house guest from BBOTT, Scott Dennis will be with us very shortly. We're going to call him right now. Once again, while we call him, we are covering tonight's episode, so if you are on the West Coast, please, hop out. Tap
Or
out
I'll
for a minute.
spoil it for you like I do every week.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be spoiled. But I mean, it was not obvious. But anyway,
Yeah.
Scott, it's Bryce McLeay. How are you doing?
Hey.
Hello, good Bryce. Good to
And
see
Morgan
you guys.
finally joined us too.
I'm so sorry, Scott. I ran behind, but it is so good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, so we're so happy. But we first and foremost, later in the show, our panel is going to discuss who our picks for our final two are. So you don't want to miss our predictions.
Yeah.
And we're going to get to the eviction. But first, I have a few questions for Scott. This is the hard-nosed journalist that I become when on the show.
I know.
But
Come on,
Scott,
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, thank you. Or why? I mean, I feel like never mind.
Anderson blooper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was good.
There we go. Scott, all right. So Scottie has had a lot of comparisons to you, BB Scottie, on this season. You even have the same name. I'm not really sure if you know that.
Right.
But I want to know, before we talk about anyone else, how do you think he's playing in the game?
I think he's doing okay. I definitely think he's still a contender in the game. I would say that, maybe like Tyler, Casey, JC, Haley, they might be doing a little better than Scottie, but he's doing all right for himself. He's kind of a target on the physical side of things, but he has Fessy shielding him. And on the social side of things, Rockstar is worse off than he is. So he has a couple of shields in front of him now that Bailey's power-up is revealed. He has several targets ahead of himself at this point. So I think he's good for a couple more weeks.
Good. Well, what advice would you give him?
Probably just to lay low, especially now that Rachel's gone. Rachel was one of the biggest people that was coming after him because her friend Jackie played on the same season as Steve. So she has this thing against the nerd archetype. So now that one of his biggest threats is basically out of the house, I would say just let things play themselves out. Let Bailey use her power up this week. Let the sparks fly between Bailey and Rockstar and maybe Fessy and the other side of the house, and just lay low for a week or two.
Well, really quickly, do you think that he's he's a super fan, glorified, and do you think that he's playing right into that stereotype, or do you think that the house guests don't really know that he's a super fan?
The house guests definitely have to know he's a super fan. They always cast a couple, and no one looks like a super fan more than Scottie does in that house. They got to have him pegged out as the super fan, but that's not a huge deal, especially after BB19 last season. We had two of the nerd archetypes go out early, and Cameron and Ramses.
R.I.P.
So,
Cameron, Morgan's
it's
favorite.
not as big of an issue as it was back in 2016, let's say, but I don't think the whole archetype issue is too big of a deal for him.
Good. Okay, so Bailey, we saw Bailey become HOH at the top of the week. I want to know, Jessica, what did you think about, how did you feel about her reign as HOH?
So I was really excited that she won. I thought that her tactics were a little off for me personally. Like I thought that, I don't know, something about this HOH power this year is kind of getting into the head of like, I'm in control, you have to be loyal to me.
Play it cool, girl.
Yeah, like I thought that she should have had more strategic conversations with each person, trying to really understand where they lie in the house, but she wasn't letting them talk. She was like, okay, so you're gonna be loyal to Bae, instead of saying like, who would you want for me to put up? Who do you want out? Stuff like that, to see where everyone stood. And so, but I mean, overall, she did pretty well. Her worst mistake ever was talking to Rachel and telling her about the Power app. I was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, that's not even your alliance member. And she's clearly all over the place. So, yeah.
Well, would you have done that? Would you guys have done that if you...
No.
Sorry, I'm heated thinking about it.
No, please.
Well, my thing is... Bailey, are you dumb? Like, so no offense if you watch this later in life.
No offense if you are dumb.
But
I hope you do watch it later in life.
Why on earth would you tell anybody? Like, look at Tyler, who has this power, and he is telling absolutely no one because there's just no reason. Because you know, as soon as it gets out, that takes away the power completely.
Yeah.
Right.
However, Tyler has way more incentive not to tell anybody, because if he tells people, then people are just going to nominate him to expose his power.
Yeah.
But Bailey also should not have told anybody. Nobody with the power should tell anybody. I mean, I know that
Rachel.
Especially, yeah.
Well, just especially somebody you're putting on the block who's already proven to be very volatile. So
yeah, she's like, I will be loyal to you, Bailey, no matter what. And then Bailey's like, oh, by the way, I'm just going to expose myself a little bit more. Like,
there's no reason. She wasn't strategic at all.
Yeah, that was my main disappointment with Bailey this week.
Yeah.
So you thought she shouldn't? Clearly,
sorry,
she shouldn't.
I got real heated.
So just to clarify.
Well, do you think so? She ended up nominating Brett and Rachel. Scott, do you think those are the right people, the two right people to nominate?
No. I mean, she wanted to get Brett out of the house, and obviously it didn't work out for her.
Right.
If she had nominated someone next to Brett, say like an Angela or Casey, probably not Casey because she doesn't want to burn that relationship, but maybe Tyler, Angela, you would at least have Rachel's vote, because Rachel was very loyal to those girls. And I definitely think Rachel would have voted out Brett instead of one of the girls. So if she wanted Brett out of the house, she should have thought more about who's actually incentivized to keep the pawn and who's more likely to, get rid of Brett.
But it looked as if Angela was on Rachel's side as well, like they were Ace Boon Coon. So we didn't know that Rachel was.
Yeah, wait. Is that a phrase I should know?
Ace Boon what?
Coon? Y'all haven't heard that before?
No, you gotta explain yourself.
Okay, first off,
What?
speaking another language, like Ace Boon Coon, like they're buddies. That's her ace, her number one. They're
Ace
pals.
Boon
Ace
Coon.
Boon Coon.
All right, I'm
You're welcome,
definitely
America.
stealing
You're
that.
What?
I'm using that forever.
That's funny. But yeah, we didn't know that Rachel was going to go crazy this week. Let's be real. Like, there was no signs of that.
Yeah,
we didn't get a hit. Now that Caitlin's gone, how could we have known?
Rachel had a total freak out, and Rachel, I think, was trying.
Yeah, well, why don't you explain a few things that she did?
Well, so whenever Rachel got that vital piece of information from Bailey, I think that she was like, oh my God, like, I'm freaking out. I don't want to get evicted. I think I want to try to make some friends and try to build some bridges. So she dispensed this piece of information to Angela, thinking that it would help somehow. And clearly it didn't, because Angela pretty much set a flamethrower to Rachel when she was outside of the house. But yeah, I think that, oh my God, I'm getting Rachel and Angela flipped up. Rachel freaked out whenever she was nominated, and it totally bit her in the butt because she was too emotional. She was way too emotional. Big girls don't cry.
Or do they?
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to we can get to the eviction. Rachel was again blindsided by this. This Faute alliance was blinded by level whatever number you want to call it.
This season is crazy,
Like,
y'all.
I just don't, Scott. I want to know, like, what do you feel about the Faute alliance? Why do you think they're getting blindsided every single week? And how do they get out of this rut?
Well, they're just a mess. I mean, they don't trust each other at all. Hardly any of them trust Scottie since he cast that swaggy vote week 2.
Right.
There's animosity between Haley and Fessy. There's some tension there. Bailey fuels that tension between Haley and Fessy by playing the two somewhat against each other and taking each other's sides in private. And, what are you going to say about Rockstar? She's just volatile and all over the place. So it's just a mess of a group, and they're just not getting it together. If they can't figure out the votes after being blindsided 4 out of 5 weeks, like, they're just not good.
Well,
they're
there's just
a
no
mess.
hope for them, I feel like.
Wait, for
at this
Faute or
point.
level 6?
Faute. Well, guys, and now they're called the Hive. I would like everyone to know they changed their name.
Thanks
It's
to
too late
Lord.
to change now.
The
Great.
Hive.
Good, I'm happy.
And
Who
it's
did?
Queen Bey and the Pollinator and
Oh my
all these
God.
other
That's
bee names.
intense.
And they have included Tyler in this, which I think is hysterical.
Oh my God.
He is
I
playing
love
such
that.
an epic game. Like, I cannot.
Well, but now
Every
he's
week,
gonna have to be
I'm more
careful
and more
because
impressed.
now he's gonna have to be careful because now it's jury, so he has to really be discerning and like he needs to know who he's lying to because eventually all this is gonna come out from now on.
See, I keep thinking all this is going to catch up to Tyler, and I'm like, oh, this is the week. This is the week people are going to find out, and he keeps getting
Wiggling his way
by.
out.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
It's-
honestly, at this point, I'm like, well, he's might as well just get all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
okay,
been
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
This is. I want to talk about Tyler. I'm going to get very Rachel Maddow here, but I mean,
Rachel Maddow.
he's successfully manipulated everyone for weeks, and like, how can he stay unexposed? Like, he's won an HOH, 3 veto competitions, and Rachel's sitting in the HOH room complaining to
Bawling
Bailey,
about
thinking
that.
that she thinks that she's gonna, she thinks she's a threat if she
Yeah.
wins the veto.
She's like, I'm the
Like-
biggest target in the house, and I just cannot win this veto. You had no
Girl,
chance. You had no
you
chance.
are not a threat.
I just
all.
want to know, Scott, how every single year does it happen that we get somebody like this? So we get someone that flies under the radar, that is pulling the strings as a puppet master, and that nobody sees it.
I don't know, because on our season of OTT, there was never really any blind sides outside the cornbread eviction. I mean, I felt like everyone pretty much,
First one.
like, I mean, I'm sure Morgan can, attest to this, but I don't think there was a single vote where that was really unaccounted for, besides for maybe Alex's hinky vote
Right.
the first week. But other than that, pretty much every vote that we had on our season was pretty straightforward. So there weren't a whole lot of secrets on our season.
Little did you
I don't
know,
know-
Morgan was
I don't know
pulling
how
the
they
strings.
fly under the radar and keep getting
Surprise.
through. Like, I know on my season, I thought Justin was like a strategic mastermind, and I was
boy,
like, oh my
were
god,
we wrong about
He
that.
was- he was just a
Justin's
dancing
good with
machine.
Everyone. He's flying under the radar. He's winning when he needs to. He's not
That's
winning when he
funny.
doesn't need to. He's just a mastermind, and he's playing everyone. But that's
That's
the
funny.
difference in perception.
Well, yeah, it must be just a totally different world in there, because I just can't.
Yeah.
Paul did it, and you think last year I'm saying, like, if I would have tried to get him out immediately because he knows the game. Not only does he know the game, but like, he's obviously playing everyone.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, you know what I wonder? Okay.
no one cashed any checks.
So on the lives, whenever Tyler was called into the
Diary room?
for production to talk to him, apparently they call him in there a lot more than the other roommates, and like the other house
roommates.
guests,
Right.
roommates.
Same thing.
The other
This is the
hou-
cast of Friends.
The other the other house guests are like kind of confused to that. Like Scottie was like, "Weren't you just in there?" And Tyler was like, "They've called me in like 10 times." So he's playing it confused. And production obviously sees the whole picture of what's going on. So they probably call the people who are pulling the strings into the diary room more often to get their take on the house that they're clearly controlling.
Yeah,
That means
that's what I
Angela
heard.
never has a diary room
I know.
session.
Angela's like, when are they going to call me in?
But it's funny.
That's what I
'cause
heard about Paul too.
Well, Angela even pointed out on the feed, she was like, she brought it up to them. She's like, I never get caught in there, but that's okay with me because that means I'm flying under the radar. So they have to kind of realize, like,
Yeah.
if you're not getting caught in there, you're not in the episodes a lot. Like, you're not one of the main people, which, in my opinion, that's where I would want to be up
Yeah.
until at least halfway through. Whereas I look at Tyler and I would look at him and be like, well, he's a huge target, but
But okay, so
Well-
then here's another question: do you so say Angela wins the game? Are you guys going to be like mad that
sorry.
she's?
Let me process that for a second.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're saying, like, oh, this is where I would want to be. I think that Angela's like, she's flying under the radar. That's where you should be, whatever. But then if she wins the game, like say Nicole did, then people are going to be like, why? I can't
Yeah.
believe she would win the game because all she did was lay around and da da da. It's like, you can't win.
Yeah,
Right.
I am not a personal fan of floaters. I think that if you perhaps maybe float early on and then
yeah.
scoop and then start playing the game when you're ready or when you have to,
Which is what you
then
just
that makes
did.
sense.
Right.
Because now jury's beginning, and now Angela won the first HOH of jury. So
That
it's
was
like
by
now
luck.
she's starting to influence by luck.
Yeah, I think she won by luck, not by
Oh,
strategy.
see, I think she's a lot more savage
Me
and
too.
cutthroat than we all have seen.
I
I
agree.
think
She
she
just-
is not the piece of furniture everyone is saying.
No, she just ripped open
just got
Rachel.
delivered.
She was like, "Listen, Rachel, you thought we were a final two? LOL, girl."
But she was also wrong, so she almost kind of looked stupid by saying that. I'm sorry, like, oh, you lied to me, but she didn't. So
Oh, well, maybe that was part of. Well,
no, she
no.
really
Maybe.
thinks she went on and passed on that information. I'm speaking about Angela, passed on that information to Tyler, to Brett, to X, Y, and Z, because she genuinely thought that Rachel was lying to her.
Yes.
And Rachel was literally trying to, trust her with information.
Okay,
So-
well, I mean, but that only helped her in the end, right? To get.
Scott, I want your
Yeah.
take on
Yeah.
Angela's
I do
goodbye
too.
message. What do you think? Was she right, wrong? Did you like it, hate it?
That was stone cold.
I loved
That was
it.
some
I
good
loved
stuff
it.
right there. I was very happy with it. I mean, I felt terrible for Rachel just
I know.
because. Thank
Yeah.
God on my season we did our interviews the next day because I knew my eviction was coming like 24 hours ahead of time. But it's still an emotional thing, even if you know it's coming. And I really felt bad for Rachel in that moment. She was just all sorts of a mess, and to go out with your friends giving you those sorts of goodbye messages,
let's
you
discuss
know that's
this.
gotta really
Okay,
hurt.
well-
And I'm ready for her to get on Twitter.
My thing with Rachel is, okay, so she was talking to Falte, and they all thought she was staying, so that was all good. But even with her own alliance, they, were avoiding it. And I'm sorry, if I was trying to talk to someone and they were, avoiding eye contact and basically
Yeah.
beating around the bush, wouldn't you put two and two together and be like, okay, if you're, being awkward and avoiding topics, I would think something was up.
Yes.
Why did she not put two and two together?
Why did she not keep three eyes on Brett, knowing that Brett is the savviest, slickest talker? I would be like, who is Brett talking to? Whose ear is Brett crawling into?
Yeah.
I need to rein Brett in because Brett's gonna campaign so hard against me, and if I let him run around the house, then I'm dead. And she
In all
was.
honesty, she was already, she acted extremely paranoid. So it was almost like, how
Yeah.
much further could she have gone? She was questioning everybody on everything. She was making things up. But just real quick, we do have the live chat going. So I just want to shout out a couple of
Yes.
people.
Choo-choo.
Joseph
That's
says
what we
that he
just did.
thinks.
Look what we just did.
Oh,
we just look like we
that's
did.
interesting.
Yeah, new move.
Do it again.
New move.
Joseph thinks that the producers love Tyler and that his game got lucky that the furniture flipped. All
All
right.
the furniture.
Oh.
Angela.
Jack
Oh.
says if Tyler was driving 110 in school zone, he could talk to Officer Fessy out of giving him a ticket. I have to screen these little bit. It's going a little fast. Shout out to Mac, by the way, our old intern.
Oh,
She's
Makeda.
watching and live. What's up, girl?
Mac.
But she's cracking up laughing at the fact that Rachel thinks that she's a threat.
Yeah,
so
that
keep
was
sending
funny.
your comments.
Rachel
Yeah,
probably still
please
thinks
send the comments.
Rachel still thinks she's a threat. She's like, I'm the biggest threat in this house.
Yeah.
She's in her hotel room, rocking back.
Yeah, hyperventilating.
Okay, but I want to know why did level insert
Level
number
4
here
at this
Yeah.
point.
think that she was lying to them? That's what I don't understand, Scott. I don't get why they're immediately thinking, oh, Rachel's the liar. Why wouldn't they think that Bailey was twisting these around?
Well, I think it just had to do with the fact that Rachel was throwing out Tyler's name as someone that was potentially flipping on them, or at least her, and flipping on the alliance. She thought that Tyler wanted Angela to be the replacement nominee, so that obviously, when she starts spreading that information, obviously the alliance is going to talk about it with each other. And, you don't mess with the boss. Look
Right.
at what happened last year when anyone went against Paul, You don't mess with the boss like that, and she should have been more tactful and thinking about what was going on, because Bailey can manipulate. I think she just thought that when Bailey told her about her power app, Rachel just went into this mode of believing everything Bailey says is gospel. Just because Bailey tells you the truth once about an important thing doesn't mean she's going to keep telling you the truth moving forward. And
That's a
I think
good
she just
point.
got a little too caught up in someone that she had just started talking game with Bailey 3 days ago.
Yeah. No,
Not long.
that is a good point. And I was really, I kind of felt, a couple of things. Bailey kind of took a little bit different what Tyler said. She did twist it some because
she
he didn't
twisted it.
exactly
Totally
say that.
twisted it.
Completely twisted.
Yeah,
it.
but I think honestly, she peeped his game in that conversation. Though he tried to, I'm a mastermind, I went around it and I'm trying to find out who would she put up in replacement if I was to save Brett. To her, that was a direct question and that was his intention. So I think that's why she said it like that. But what I am surprised about When Tyler got that information from Casey, I'm surprised that he didn't try to save his team member and truly throw Bailey under the bus and be like, you know what? Bailey made up that. Let's just believe Rachel. Let her know that Bailey's trying to play her. That would have been interesting. That would have been strategic.
Way bigger move.
Yeah, than being like,
Well, and then
Rachel, let's get her out now.
Well, but then Tyler knew that Bailey had the power up too. That's what kept him from really going after her. Remember, he was like, "This makes it even more."
He didn't know at the
complicated."
time, though.
Well, Casey told him.
But I think Tyler is just focused on. I think he's still trying to play both sides without fully getting caught.
Right. But didn't Tyler know what the power up was?
No, he didn't know at the time. Because the only information that was being passed down the line was that Tyler wanted Angela to go up and go home. It wasn't until later when he was told about the power app, because that's how he was like, oh God, now how I'm going to vote later.
Oh, I thought
because
that
Angela
Casey
told
him.
Can someone in the group chat clarify this?
Yeah,
I'm 100% sure.
And while you're looking for that,
I'm 100% sure.
While you're going to tell us,
guys,
sorry to point my pen at you.
I am going to tell you.
Brett told him outside. Brett told him.
We're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to creep on Reddit. But first, I'm going to tell you about a toothbrush. And
everyone needs to brush their teeth.
Drink out.
Guys, because it is very important to have good hygiene. And the truth is most of us are brushing our teeth wrong and not for long enough.
I know I am.
And we forget to change our toothbrush on time. I know I do. That's because most brands focus on selling flashy gimmicks rather than better brushing, but not Quip. And why does Quip different? Well, for starters, it's an electric toothbrush. It costs a fraction of the bulkier brushes. And it has a built-in timer, so it helps you clean for the dentist's recommended 2 minutes. Guys, I brush my teeth for like 10 seconds.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Guys, no.
You might as well just use mouthwash.
No.
Yeah.
My dentist
like,
said that you should sing happy birthday, and that is good enough. And happy birthday, the whole song is like 10 seconds.
And
so.
Morgan was like, I thought I had to say happy birthday. She's like, happy birthday, I'm done.
No, you sing.
I believe
you sing
you.
happy birthday, so someone time that out. I'm not crazy. Okay, but next, Quip subscription plans. They're for your health, not just convenience. They deliver a new brush on a dentist recommended schedule every 3 months for just $5, including free shipping worldwide for all of our fans in
Australia.
Peru.
New Glockenspiel.
Okay, so basically everyone loves Quip. They're on Oprah's O list, which is insane. They're named one of Time's best inventions, and it's the first subscription electric toothbrush accepted by the American Dental Association.
What if your teeth are wooden, like mine?
But are you?
Anyways.
Are you Thomas Jefferson?
All right, no, that's George Washington.
Either one.
Okay, guys.
Everyone had bad teeth then.
Anyways, I'm still talking teeth.
Okay.
Here we go. It starts at just $25. You go to getquip.com/buzz and you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's right, your first refill pack free at getquip.com/buzz. Brush your teeth.
Yeah.
For 2 minutes or 10 seconds.
Y'all should have seen how Morgan looked at me when I told her my teeth were wooden. She's like, stop talking in the middle of my
Speaking of someone who flosses, I do want to talk about Brett because two people now. This is now the second. Rachel is now the second person who wants to throw her game away or feels bad that she's sitting next to Brett. First it was Winston, and now it's Rachel. And I just want to know, what is it with this guy that people want to like save him?
Which is so funny because I watch him and I don't think he's charismatic, but not like over the top, like anything special. I don't get it.
No, he's not charming to me at all. Like he says,
Okay,
Lord, he's like Scottie over here. No, I mean like what he said, the aura, the smoke,
haze,
whatever, the
the
haze.
The mist, the BB mist.
He's just cocky and really annoying.
So why do you get it?
Well, he's really attractive and he's really smart. Like, he's extremely smart.
He doesn't seem smart.
I mean,
I think
he is smart.
I find him very funny.
I think he's smart and I think he's funny, but I'm like, is he this like mastermind charmer? Like, I don't know, Scott, you watch the live feed, so you tell us.
Yeah.
Is he as charming as they say on the feeds?
Well, he's really, I mean, as far as like bro types, he's very self-aware as far as what type he's playing and how to lean into that in a positive way.
Huh.
So I definitely feel like, he knows what his type should be. He knows how to play it up without being overly offensive, like, people in the past. And one of the great things about Brett is that both weeks when he was on the block against Winston and Rachel had the idea of, I need to drop into the background. I need to be less of a threat. But when you're on the block with an alliance member and your alliance are the people that are voting, your alliance are going to vote to keep the person that's the most useful to the team, the person that is more capable of winning competitions, the person who's going to be a threat before you for the other side. Like, they know that if Bailey uses her power up this week, there's a very good chance that Brett will be one of the nominees. So that takes one off the board. But if your alliance is controlling those votes, you need to make yourself as big a target as possible. That way your alliance knows, all right, if the other side wins HOH next week, they're just going to target Brett again for a second week in a row. And that leaves all of us clean and free for another week.
So what do you think of his speech?
Lit. His speeches are great.
Lit is what the kids say. Woke, is that right?
Shook.
He's
Shook.
very woke.
Not just saying random words.
That's what we do here.
Well, he's been doing so great with his
What
speech.
did you
what
think?
I find funny about the speech? I really thought production was going to have him go first and have Rachel go after. And I'm a little sad they didn't make that happen.
that would've been good.
I would have loved to see Rachel be so freaked out and try and rebut that, but like not be able to because she's so flustered. So I'm like a little disappointed in production, but like I like the speech.
No, I agree.
And Brett was tuned into the fact that there was going to be like the all-girl alliance was something to keep their eyes on. Like,
that was really smart.
He brought that up to Tyler, and nobody had been talking about that except for Bailey and Rachel. Like whenever they were in the HOH room,
True.
nobody
Like
had brought
barely,
that up.
yeah.
Barely. And then Brett was tuned in enough to say like, "Hey, wait a minute, the last 3 evictions have been guys, or the last 2, if I go, the last 3 have been guys," and it's like. So there's a trend here. So who's going to be the next? Who's going to be the next person to go?
Yeah, he's really good at deflection and putting the target elsewhere. And I thought that his speech was very smart. And I honestly think that he made up the name on the spot. He was like the man eaters.
That was actually like they did make up that name though. I will say that was I don't remember.
Yeah, Caitlin did. I think.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was a
was
Caitlin
it
creation.
Caitlin Scott?
Another
who made
Caitlin creation.
Man eaters.
That's with all these Caitlin alliances. My God, they're just not
Somebody
going
made it
anywhere.
Just dying. No, I will say I'm contradicting myself now. I do think that Brett is. I think he's smart. Like, I think he's strategic in his gameplay, but I don't think he seems smart in like
The
his
world?
outer. Well, his outer like when he's
Brett
talking to people.
is playing the game that Tyler said he was going to play, because Tyler came in and said, "I'm going to look like I'm stupid. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to put on this front stupid surfer bro front, and I'm just going to kind of lay low." And that's like, I feel like what Brett is doing, like this dumb, offensive, kind of hulking guy. And then whenever it comes down to like brass tacks, he knows what he's doing.
I kind of like that he's not. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that he's just doesn't care at all. You know, he's like he's been on the block and he's like, I don't care. Like he just doesn't.
Yeah.
It like doesn't
Sipping
matter
his
to him.
tea.
But I think
know.
that
Yeah.
Tyler is doing a good job of like not seeming as smart
Yeah, you're right.
as he is.
It's
Like
his
he
hair.
really flies under the radar and
full of
he really
secrets.
pulls in people emotionally. Like, hey, like I'm on your side. I'm just a loner.
Well, it's
That's
so
smart.
funny that no one even has a clue that he's this giant super fan. So
Right.
I think everyone is going to be massively shocked when they get out of this house and realize the guy, the surfer, Tyler, who like they thought wasn't that smart, is actually like he's watched every season.
Has alliances with everyone. Yeah.
So, Scott, do you think that Tyler's going to win the game?
Yeah, I do. I think there's probably at least, I don't know, I'd give him at least like a 30% shot at this point. I mean, I think he's doing really well for himself. Every single week, I always say to myself, like, Tyler's going to get caught here. Tyler's going to get caught
That's
here.
what Morgan
But
was
then
saying.
after Winston went home over Brett and Sam won HOH and nothing really happened, he never got exposed. I was just like, you know what? He's not probably going to get exposed. If he's evaded it 3 times in a row, he'll probably evade it again. I know a lot of people, maybe like sort of Andy, who had a lot of plates spinning at once. Everyone thought, oh God, when's his game going to come crashing down? But it's just rock solid, and he's moving, well, maybe not rock solid, but it's working. It's working for now. So, and I think it's going to keep working out for him.
Yeah, that's great. Do you guys have any more questions for Scott before we let him go?
Thank you, Scott. Good insight.
Thank you.
Scott,
Yeah.
thank you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much.
Scott,
Really
I
appreciate you
miss you.
stopping by.
Miss you too,
Solid
Morgan.
info.
Oh, yeah,
Thanks for
actually,
having
wait.
me,
I do
guys.
have one question, Scott, very quickly. What is something that our viewers may not know about Morgan that you know from
I mean, you
living
did
in the
get
house?
to live in a house with me, and you
Yeah.
did call me basic.
And she's over it.
Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but Morgan is not naturally blonde.
I'm not.
Okay.
Scott knows all the details of my
Wow.
life. I'm not.
How dare you, Scott?
I'm sorry, that was a low blow.
was
No,
a
guys,
low
it's fine. I'll bring up
blow.
a picture of me with brown hair, and your eyes will bleed.
Please do.
I will.
Thank you so much,
Sweetie.
Scott.
Thank you,
Thanks for having me, guys.
Bye.
Oh, wow. That
I love
was
that he has
very
his key
insightful.
behind him.
Morgan, you're not a natural
like
blonde.
proud.
Yeah.
Oh, my hair color's like
It's like mine.
Julie Chen.
it's like Angela's color, like on the show.
Oh, really?
Kinda like
I feel
brown.
robbed.
I'm living a lie. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God. All right, so let's get to our special segment. Well, why don't we let Charles take it?
Charles.
This special segment is called.
Oh, God.
Almost
This
got
is
me.
sorry about that, Jessica. It's called.
Jessica loses an eye.
I'm so sorry. He's like, I'm so sorry about that, Jessica.
It's inspired by JC's pronunciation of yin and yang. It's called Jin and Jan. Who do you think is going to be? It's basically a final two prediction. I'll cut all the drama, okay? It's a final two prediction, and the segment is called Jin and Jan. So
Okay.
we know that Jin and Jan aren't going to be the final two because those aren't real contestants, girl. But
Yeah.
I think that my final two, I think it's going to be Tyler and Casey.
Ooh, okay.
I think it's going to be Tyler and Casey because Tyler, I think at this point in the game, is scoping out which one of his alliance members he's going to take to the final, which one he thinks maybe he can beat in jury, and I think that Casey has not really played this game up to this point unless she makes a huge move. So I think he's saying, okay, of my alliance members, who can I beat, and who is a loyal enough and strong enough competitor to take me to the final two, and I think it's going to be Casey. But I've been wrong before, once in 97, so.
And there it is. I'm
1997.
going to say Tyler, of course, but I'm going to say Sam. And I say Sam
interesting.
because she sits in the middle of the alliances and she's not officially with either. So when they attack each other, she's not going to be in the crossfire. I also feel like she does well at going under the radar, staying under the radar. Just as long as she doesn't win another HOH, she'll be good. Boom. Because she is
As long
a
as she doesn't-
horrible Hulk.
As long as she doesn't do the most important thing in this game, she'll be good.
In a perfect world, I would love to see Tyler and Casey. I think Casey 1,000% is getting to the end. I think
Really?
I want Tyler to. I don't think he is. I think at some
I
point
was
people
hesitant with Tyler.
are going to put two and two together and realize everything that he's doing. They just have to. So I think Tyler might go in the double eviction. That's my prediction. If we do get a double eviction, I think Tyler's going to go.
Like
but I
it.
could see Casey and possibly JC at the end. I just think
Okay.
JC is playing everyone, and like he seems to keep getting away with all this stuff. It might catch up to him, but I don't know. I can see JC.
He's under the radar.
He is,
Literally.
yeah.
He's like a foot tall. He's
Now-
like walking under it.
Oh my
Now-
God, we need the boom boom right there.
Can we make that happen?
Do you guys? No, oh,
And there it
we go.
is.
Do you now? Are you guys saying that the two people that you guys picked are together, or are they like Morgan and Jason, where they were separate?
I think that they're. I think mine are. I think are together.
Yeah,
to be
and
honest.
then I can't even get it out. Sam pledged her loyalty and love for Tyler. I'll do anything you tell me to do.
Yeah, I think together. I don't know. I think if JC gets to the end, no one's gonna know. I think he just does whatever.
The
and
jury's gonna be
goes
sitting
with
there. They're gonna be like,
wet side.
JC made it to the final two.
If JC doesn't get to the end, I think, I'm sorry, he will be America's favorite. I think
Yeah.
1,001%. I thought it was going to be Sam. She screwed herself with the speeches. JC will be America's
I
favorite.
don't know. You think America can get through all the offensive stuff?
Yeah, genital
I mean,
scoop
he's
gate.
had some.
I mean, but like CBS is doing him such a favor with like the Fessy and JC edits. I think people love that. I think CBS, that's like their golden project, is this
Yeah.
like weird sitcom with JC
Yeah.
and Fessy. I don't get it.
That's
but
hot.
I don't get.
All right, I'm gonna go on a complete limb here, and I'm gonna say Fessy and Haley.
No way.
Okay, thanks for watching. That was dumb. What?
I actually can't
Yeah.
see. I can see Haley going pretty far.
Yeah, I see Haley,
But
but
Fessy, no
Fessy.
way.
You guys, he is running completely. He's going completely under the radar. There's
Fessy?
no.
Yeah.
No one thinks he's a threat at all.
He's
Yeah,
a
that's
bull in
true.
he's a bull in a china shop.
No, he's not. He's not doing anything.
You know what? I
but
actually
he
do
still
agree with you
looks
on that
like
one.
a physical threat, even though he's
He
not.
looks like a physical
he
threat,
looks
but
like
everyone
it.
knows now that he's not. Like
Okay,
they
he's-
just.
But he talks too much.
He's a bull in a china shop, but which is the exact game Josh was playing from last season. So maybe
True.
he will make it. Who
Okay,
knows?
all right.
Yeah.
Let's quickly get to social media. Let's
Scott,
read
what do
these
you think?
tweets.
Oh, he's gone.
Yes.
Dang it! And then we gotta get to news.
TV News.
Ooh, so we have funny tweets from tonight's episode.
Yes.
First up, from
my gosh.
from Scott posting this, talking about OTT crossover.
Oh, next
and
one. Sorry.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh
There
my God,
it is.
I'm dead.
OTT
Yeah.
crossover with BB20
Spot the
with Alex
Spot
and
the
JC.
difference.
This is so
what
funny
a really
to me.
nice comment underneath that, by the way.
It
too.
really made me
Oh,
bust.
yeah. Can we read?
Laugh
the
out loud.
Willett's never need to be spoken of again. They single-handedly made BBOTT a horrible experiment.
Okay, Nana Jan, no 007.
I didn't know that was tweeted until just now
Yeah,
because
that's-
I have them blocked, apparently.
That's funny. Yeah, so that's Morgan's sister. Okay.
Thanks, girl, Nana Jan.
Love it. Next up, at BB Top 10 says 2 weeks after Rockstar's daughter's birthday. Disgusting.
That's
How
good.
dare Brett stay in this game?
That's good.
That was
love
hilarious. And then last, does anyone know who this person is? Literally, this is the first time I've ever seen her on TV since the first show.
Yeah, who is that?
Thank you for that, Amelia, because Angela? Who?
Picture of Angela.
We
I
don't
think
know
She's
her.
no longer a couch.
I think
I'm
she's
so
part of the-
proud
Oh, no,
her.
you said something epic. What'd you say earlier?
From furniture to HOH.
From furniture to HOH.
Furniture to
Yes,
HOH.
and someone,
Yes.
Joseph in the chat said, she's not a floater, she's a coaster.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
yes.
Welcome, Angela.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you for
Love it.
joining us.
So good.
All right, should I do
Yes,
news real quick?
now we want to go to news.
Ooh. All right, guys, I'll make this real quick. But so we know Caitlin went home epically after failing a toddler puzzle last week, and she has returned to social media, which she's followed me. I'm honestly so flattered she followed me. So I guess she has not
I like
watched-
really
she has
like
not-
it's like so like seriously like amazing. Like that
What?
she like followed you. It was like
Did I say like
so,
a lot?
amazing.
Is that why you're mocking
No,
me?
she does.
Oh.
Have you ever heard her talk?
I was like, God,
Who said
Bryce,
like?
you savage.
who said like? I mean, who is this?
Caitlin.
Oh, Caitlin.
Okay, so she's back on social media, so I've been creeping on her. So she's made some friends with BB alum, and some she has not. So shocker, her and Andy Herron are apparently close. He tweeted, "Everyone, please remain calm, but I need you to know that Caitlin tagged her, and I have contacted each other. We're best friends." And she said, "It's awkward how close we are."
Oh my God.
Which I could see them
Was
being
he joking?
close.
Like, was it a joke or was
No,
he serious?
like, I think they're
Can't
serious.
be a joke.
And then so Evil Dick and Caitlin had a big
This
fallout.
is my nickname in high school.
Was it? Was it? Okay, so
This is a family show.
Caitlin actually ended up blocking Evil Dick. So
Well,
they're
that's-
no
that
longer.
also
surprise.
I'm dead. Guys.
We're the worst.
So basically, he tweeted all this stuff about her. She said, "Can you be nice for like 5 seconds, please?" And he said, "Hey, use your intuition to guess what finger I'm sticking up." And then she blocked him. And then real quick,
funny,
so
though.
she went on Instagram Live, Caitlin, and she answered all the questions basically that we wanted to hear. Not really, because I was like, girl, you did way more with Brett than what you said. But here's a little highlight of what she said on Instagram Live. She apologized for her actions at the house. She said Swaggy hates her, but she sends love his way, which I think is very,
Love and
very
light.
mature of her.
Namaste.
She apologizes for the N-word controversy. She says she's very disappointed in herself. She denies the Brett HJ, to keep it PG. She loves the third eye edits on the show, and the That's So Ravens video. She confirms Angela does indeed have a personality. She misses Tyler and Rachel the most. She hopes the best for Swaley. She confirms she is single and heartbroken, but she
Oh,
will be
no.
fine. She tells everyone to leave Joe alone. She says she will be friends with Tyler whether he likes it or not. She denied wanting to kiss Tyler, says that he led her on. She said she wouldn't touch Fessy with a 10-foot pole. She has not watched any of the episodes yet. She joked she may have a career in reality TV now that she is single. Ooh, Bachelor. And she said she would do another season if asked. She just needs time to decompress.
She had so much to
she
say.
was so delusional and
And
half of
super
that.
thorough.
Yeah, like
wow. What is
love
she gonna? What is she
that
gonna
she
dream
actually-
up? What is she gonna dream up next for herself?
I love that she had to make a point that Angela does have a personality. Like that was thrown in
That
there.
was a bullet point.
Yeah, no
but yeah, that's
kidding.
all the news I have. So we'll
Oh
see who
my
the
gosh.
next house guest. We'll see what Rachel takes on Twitter. I
Yes,
don't know.
we'll have all those updates. All right, you guys, that's it for us. Follow along with us through the week on Twitter using #BuzzBB20. We will be back here next week on Thursday, 8 p.m. PST.
Ooh, tell him where you're
Why don't
going.
you tell
Okay,
him? Why don't you
I'll
tell him? Why don't you tell him?
So Bryce and I will be going to the live eviction next week. We'll be in the audience,
Oh.
so we'll get to see who the first.
Come look for us.
Look for us, spot us. We'll get to see who the very first jury member is. And next week, Alex, my sister, is possibly joining us.
Yeah.
I gotta figure that one out. And I'm Morgan Willett. Follow me on Twitter at Morgan_Willett.
Yes, and I'm Jessica Williams. You can follow me on Twitter at Miss Jessica WW and on Instagram at Miss Jessica Williams.
And I'm Charles Conoly. Follow me at Charles Conoly.
And I am Bryce McLeay. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bryce Advice from outside the Big Brother house and inside AfterBuzz TV studios. Good night.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.